Hello everybody, my name is Asha T. Welcome to a video with me. I am so thrilled to be here. If you do not know who I am, welcome to my page, welcome to this video. I am a divine matchmaker for high-powered women who are here to kill it in a divine power couple. You are here for deep love, beauty, calm, regulated emotions. If you are a mother, you enjoy the feminine mothering while still maintaining your badass position as a leader, as a woman who has something to say, who has impact. She wants to hold both, and that is what I do through my own embodiment. Only 4.5 years ago, I was about 50 pounds heavier. I was suffering from thyroid, overactive thyroid, cancer scare, in a really disconnected marriage. So wherever you are, I have a really strong level of empathy and I'm here to help you, okay? So go ahead and take a listen to this video, and I wanna hear from you in the comments below if this is you, and reach out to me, my team, so we can begin helping you come up with a solution to your problems, okay? This isn't a course that I have, it is a solution to your problems. Let's begin. This video is all about you. If you are in a relationship where you don't even like the man that you are with, and for some reason, everything he's doing is frustrating you or annoying you, and you don't get it because you're highly aware, you are killing it at work, you just feel like he can't hear you and he doesn't understand you, okay? And that is a really frustrating place to be, and I can understand that. In the moment, you are currently pushing your energy out toward him. It may not necessarily be toward him where you're thinking about him, but you might be dumping it into work. You might be overthinking in the car of an escape plan, right? You might be thinking something even more detrimental where you don't have to be the bad guy. You may even be thinking of other men, and all of those things are very natural when you're in this place. So in the moment, you are deflecting your energy from being inside your body, and you are in a place where you are overthinking instead of being the alluring, feminine, magnetic woman that you are. Now, I want to use an example here, and you might relate as a high achiever, as a person who has achieved so much. You might be really good at staying present and leading a team and doing your work at your job. And then when you come home, it sort of all unravels. Why does that happen? There's two main reasons. Number one, you're in a state of disconnect with your body. So when we have a disconnect from our body, we have a disconnect from our self-love, which means that loving can be very, very hard. So we end up loving our purpose a little too much instead of loving ourselves. And that creates what we call self-abandonment. We begin to abandon what it is that we feel and what we want inside our hearts, because in the moment we're afraid to feel, and that you're afraid to feel. And when you're afraid to feel, you overcompensate in your job. So that is the first reason. The second reason that this happens is because it is far easier to work for somebody else instead, or pour into your work instead of facing what is going on inside your relationship dynamic right now. And the irony is, the relationship dynamic is 90% of how we magnetically attract things as women. So we might feel like building a business or doing all these amazing outside things is going to be the answer to what the problems are that you're having, when the reality is you're not loving who you are inside, and you're not showing up as the woman that you desire to be. You used to have spark, you used to have allure, you used to be killing it, and now maybe you're seeing yourself gaining weight, or maybe even you're trying, or you're putting in Botox and you're trying all these external things, but you're suffering inside. It is there that we need to work specifically on these 3 things. It's always the same. So if you do not know, I have dedicated my life to feminine and masculine energy, and I work with hundreds and hundreds of high achieving women just like you to bring them into higher levels of relationships, whether they are not married and they want to attract the perfect man, or if they are married and they're feeling like their marriage is disconnected. And the thing is that women have a lot of stuff in their energy field. We are like the carriers of like all the trauma. It's crazy. And I think that women really need to get a little bit more credit for that, because it's easy work. So if you're here and you're listening, that means you care enough to make a change. And right there, you have my respect, okay? Because so many people just will stay. They're afraid to feel, okay? So let's get into the 3 things that I do. Number 1, I work specifically increasing your emotional intelligence and your frequency. The cool thing about emotional intelligence is it includes 26 areas, and I do have a free video on that. So go ahead and reach out to me and my team to receive that free video. Just send us a message, say something like magnetic, I'm ready, something like this, and we will go ahead and send that for you. Once you understand that emotional intelligence is feminine and masculine energy, you'll never see emotional intelligence as an extra or something that stops. You don't just have emotional intelligence. For example, when I first got started on this path, I thought I had really high levels of emotional intelligence, but my outside world was a mess. And I didn't get it because I was like going to yoga and I was doing the things and I was like kind of spiritual and I was leading a team and I had all this respect at work, but I was suffering and I was like, wait, this doesn't seem to be right. So I realized that it just never ends, and you want to get those 26 areas under your belt. That's going to increase your frequency. So go ahead and keep watching my videos. I talk about it all the time, just here to help you in any way I can. And we also have videos on how you can start getting into those little areas. So you want to invest in your emotional intelligence as a woman. You want to invest in your emotional intelligence. The second thing that I do, which is vital, is get to the root of the core wounds that you're carrying. So there's a lot of surface level relationship advice out there. In fact, there's a lot of relationship advice about why or how we attract people, but there's not a lot of relationship advice that talks about the major wounding: fear of rejection, father wound, mother wound, fear of being seen, fear of being abandoned, all these bigger wounds. We get to the root of those. You want to get to the root of those with subconscious work and energy work, okay? That's what worked for me. And so you can do that as well on your own, of course. Naturally, we have professionals within our company. We're here to support you when you're ready to come in. We've got programs that start at $555, guys. So it's like insanely cheap, all the way up to 6-figure investments, depending on the level at which you'd like to invest. But all of that, and how much access you'd like to have to me specifically. But all of that said, you want to start thinking about going deeper. Remember, the subconscious mind runs 90% of our programs. So your whole outside world is based on whatever's going on in the subconscious mind, okay? And then number 3, this is the final thing that we do. We clean up your intuition from fear so that you bang out with your next level purpose, okay? So you want to be really clear on what it is that you're doing and how, in the order in which you're doing it. So for me, I do not have a desire to build some massive scaping business without my husband. Now, on that note, I have had many, many suitors, and I still haven't quite received my husband. He's very, very powerful. And that means I have a very specific order in which I need to go in order to receive him. So I've sort of focused all my energy into magnetic frequency, which is the course for you to get you into your aligned power couple. Align you into your power couple. This takes a lot of work. This takes a lot of clearing and understanding of who you are and what you're doing in order to get you into the order in which you see for yourself, okay? And it takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of trust, authority, and going through these scarier fears that you might be holding that are causing you to choose something that you might be hiding from, okay? Whew. Okay, so all on that note, that's what we do. That's the order. We bring you into magnetic frequency with emotional intelligence. We then clear the core wounds. And then lastly, we get you into a, is it fear or intuition? And which one is it that is guiding you into your next level creation? Okay? All right, I'm sending you so much love. I cannot wait to work with you soon, and all the many blessings. And I hope that this landed. Now, if you're in this situation, just remember, you're not alone. A lot of women are in these situations where they're not sure if the man that they're with is the right man, if he, even though he's a good man, he might not be the right man. And all of these things really matter. And that is what is important for a woman like you. Okay? I'm sending you so much love. Bye.